What's going on, YouTube world? Top of the morning, it's Coffee back with some news, man. We got two OGs, living legends of the rap game of hip hop, Ice Cube and Diddy, speaking about some interesting topics. We also have another rapper hospitalized at the moment. Pray for him. We'll get into that. But before we jump into these topics, y'all, do me that solid. Hit them buttons, sub to the channel. But more importantly, guys, jump in the comments. Let's talk, tap in. So first up, y'all, Ice Cube, one of the all-time greats for show, been around forever. As far as me personally, thinking back on hip-hop, like way back, as far back as I can remember, I always remember Ice Cube being around. I always remember Ice Cube just delivering such dope music, movies, all that. But check it out, y'all. He just did an interview over there on the Breakfast Club. And one of the things they asked him, which on every major media platform, every artist gets asked this, yo, what do you think of verses? Are you going to do a verses? Who would you do a verses against? You know what I mean? Verses is always coming up. We know there's a big bag, a lot of business behind verses. But I liked Ice Cube's answer here. He more or less just said wasn't really something he was interested in. But if he were to do verses, it would be more about showing love, less about being an adversarial catalog versus catalog thing. He would want to do it where he would get someone like Chuck D, and he would play all of Chuck D's favorite music, and then Chuck to play all his favorite tracks, and just be more about showing love and building. And Charlemagne tapped in and basically said, yeah, Chuck D, Public Enemy, would be who I would definitely want to see you against, or LL Cool J. And we know Charlemagne be on some other stuff, but I agree with what he's saying there. Jump in and comment who else you could see Ice Cube going against, who else it would make sense for him to do a versus against, Chuck D, LL Cool J. But I like what he said there. Like I said, it more about showing love than battling and going against each other. And Ice Cube always seems to build. I was talking about how I can remember him around forever. Something that's really interesting about Cube to me is all the different projects he's been a part of, collaborating. You know what I mean? More recently, Mount Westmore, hip hop supergroup, him, Snoop, E40, Too Short, dope concept. Everything's dope about it. So often supergroups don't really work out. There's talks about it, but we don't see it happen. They can't get together in the lab or whatever. Cube got out there with them OGs. They got that together. You know what I'm saying? Westside Connection, another dope group. Mac 10, Dub C, great music, which I hope we get another one of those projects at some point in time. You know what I mean? And of course, also part of NWA. You know what I mean? Like Cube's just been a part of all these iconic movements where he worked with other artists. So that kind of interested me that he was like, yo, let's build rather than battle when it came to the whole versus discussion. You know what I mean? Cube's had his issues in beefs or whatever. That happens with every artist in the rap game at some point in time, but he's worked with so many other dope MCs, you know what I'm saying, dope rappers on dope projects, and that's dope. Comment and let me know if y'all agree.
I want it bad, you feel me? I'm not going to allow myself to not have mango. So I hustle hard, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so you heard that clip there of Diddy. Now listen, this has been all over the headlines for the past couple days. I'm a little late on this one, but Diddy's more or less giving them motivational speeches, aside from when he's out trying to spread that wickedness with Lil Nas X co-signing that or whatever. Which, go check out my previous video, where Lord Jamar called out Diddy about that. Diddy's done a lot of iconic things in the game, and he's trying to motivate everyone else. Yo, you can have it too. I ain't special. Work hard. And like I said, I'm sure you've seen this all over the news where Diddy in the caption is talking about he woke up with 15 roaches on his face one day and he was like, yo, I got to get to the bag. I got to change my life. I can't live like this. I mean, I'm sure he's exaggerating a little bit. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna front. You know what I mean? I at one point in my life when I was down on my luck, lived in a place that had roaches. I never woke up with them crawling on me. You know what I mean? Hit the comments if you have. You know what I mean? Maybe people who have is gonna keep it to themselves or whatever. But shit, 15 roaches. I'm sure, you know, Diddy is embellishing a little bit here. But he's trying hard, you know, on his motivational speaker stuff. And, you know, you see him also spreading the word about working hard, being motivated, completing the task that you got to complete the task. You can't pick up things and not complete them or you'll never get anywhere. And, you know, that's like some good advice, I think, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, Diddy is way more qualified to give out advice about success than Jay Coffee Talk. But it was just interesting me seeing this in the news so much. And then seeing Diddy sharing this game. Diddy is definitely a rather eccentric dude at times. You know what I mean? There's studies and stuff that say like over half the population of current day society is bipolar, or we have trouble with our moods being all over the place. And Diddy seems like he can be like that at times too. You know, always working hard, wilding out, party hard. All over the place. Like you seen him here delivering this speech, then jumping in the pool. But it's all about channeling that energy, I guess. You know what I mean? Just for anyone out there who may be bipolar or something like that. Like, if you can channel that energy right, you can make something happen in your life. You feel me? But with all these motivational speakers, obviously a lot of the stuff, yo, work hard, don't quit. If I did it, you can do it. You know what I mean? I think people understand that part of the game, but no one really ever gives away the true keys to success, I think, as far as how they got on. You know, like, drop a comment and let me know what you think about that, if there is benefit in motivational speakers. I mean, there definitely is if they can motivate people, but at the end of the day, to really get to success, you got to be out there hunting for the right opportunities, pursuing the right opportunities. You feel me? Now check it out. Diddy also chimed in about Sha'carri Richardson. You know, we've been talking about it on the channel. Everyone's been debating about how, you know, she's not going to be able to compete in the Olympics. A lot of people are saying, yo, she knew the rules. She shouldn't have violated the rules. A lot of people feel like, yo, come on, fuck that. Let her compete. It is what it is, you know, from my understanding. That decision's been made and it isn't going to change. But Diddy chimed in about it and said, it's fucked up and my heart is broken for Sha'carri having her lifelong dream stripped away for using a legal substance. I'm tired of white people sitting in a room making up decisions that affect our hopes and dreams. They will keep treating our athletes like slaves in entertainment until we shut down these people. Said from love, with love. So Diddy, you know, has some things to say there. Now, he goes in a little more and clarifies exactly what he meant here in this next message. He says, to be absolutely clear about my previous tweet, the point I'm making is that marijuana has been used against the black community since some white people in an office, DEA, FBI, saw it as a way to entrap black jazz artists to shut down the movement happening in Harlem. So Diddy's clarifying, he just don't mean white people as a whole. He's talking about on an elite level, you know, DEA, FBI, hurting the black community with marijuana. And, you know, we've heard other stories, well, I shouldn't say stories, true stories, as far as the CIA with cocaine, the crack boom, all that, you know what I mean? Diddy continued on to say, that's the real reason why it started. You can research the history. It started from an evil plot, and now this plot is affecting our future. So many of our brothers, sisters, mothers, daughters, and sons are rotting in jail for marijuana, and it's just not right. Now, to see them using this against a young black woman that is on the edge of her greatness, all because some white men decided to make it illegal, is shameful. Let me be very clear. Marijuana does not make you run faster. That's a fact. The whole situation is BS, and they let Michael Phelps swim. They should let her run. So, Diddy is going beyond just sha'carri's situation, talking about how the government, law enforcement agencies, and other, people pulling the strings have used drugs, marijuana, to hurt the black community. Y'all hit the comments with your thoughts on that. And last up, as I stated, there is a rapper hospitalized at the moment. We're talking about Gunna. And, Young Thug came, as it was popping up on social media, he came to see him in the hospital and brought him 4 Audemars watches. And, was just trying to, I guess, cheer him up or whatever. It's not clear why exactly Gunna's in the hospital. He's just been sharing himself watching E, like the channel E. Sub to the channel, stay tuned. We'll bring you updates on anything regarding Gunna if it becomes clear why exactly he's in the hospital. Not sure if it's serious, if it's something minor, but Young Thug slid through with 4 Audemars watches for him. And, it's cool to see Young Thug stop through, to make sure his bro is doing good. As we know, these dudes did some very good work in the ATL when they bailed out. I think it was like 30 inmates, in the county jail who were sitting in, presumed innocent, innocent until proven guilty, waiting, fighting their cases, and couldn't post that bail. I want to say this was like maybe 6 months ago, 8 months ago. Maybe it could have been longer. Drop a comment and correct me if I'm wrong, but they did that together. I thought that was dope, some real good work. And now Young Thug's making sure Gunna's doing all right in the hospital. So tap in and hit the comments, y'all, with your thoughts on everything. Ice Cube building with other legends, being a part of so many dope movements. And like I said, instead of verses, he's talking about, let's show love to each other. Diddy, on his motivational tip, also what he said about the, law enforcement agencies and the elites targeting the black community through marijuana over the years. And Gunna, Young Thug, let's talk about it all below. Sub to the channel. I'll catch you guys on the next video. I'm out of here. Peace.